Hey everybody, today's show is on this wonderful subject called The Achievements of Kamala Harris by Jason Dudash. Now I wanted to show you who he was right away because you really want to know who could make a book this good. And it's a bestseller, so it's coming. It's coming, folks, and you know I didn't mean to get my graphic all tied up in there with it, but you know there's always some kind of complication I seem to miss, but I work at it real hard to fix it from constant work, and it just is what it is. It just is very much constant work to be able to get everything correct, and I try. Believe me, I try, and. I hope that we can get this going real soon to talk to you about this wonderful book. It says on the back cover of the book, it says, in the realm of politics, many people and sources tell us they are the sole arbiters of truth. This book intends to be and is an entirely fact-based report based on Harris's votes, statements, and actions throughout her life in public office. After months of derailed research analyzing Kamala Harris's 20-year career in public office, this book represents the most comprehensive report to date, detailing the many reasons Kamala Harris may be worthy of your support. Oh my God, folks, you really got to understand, this is her book. And she is doing everything she can to get her information out there. And Jason Dudash is the guy who is able to put it together. So you can find this book on Amazon.com under the Achievements of Kamala Harris. And you can see the picture of her with the red and the purple-like circle back behind her with her hand over her chest. And it's by Jason Dudash, and you can order it and have it and use it as a paperweight on your desk too. It's unreal, my friends! And when I tell you it's unreal, I ain't kidding you. It is unreal. This book is just beyond the scope of normal intelligence. There it is, man. That's what you look for, that's what you go for, and that's what you really, really want. You really want. And you know why? Because it is the book of the century, and you can get it too. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy this broadcast. You know, I'm having she's a human being just like the rest of us. I'm so glad that President Donald J. Trump won the presidency of the United States. The Senate has been taken over by the Republicans as a majority, and I hope to God the House of Representatives also get to be taken over by the Republicans so that there is a smooth communication between the House, the Senate, and the President's office. Yes, absolutely, folks, we need this kind of change. And I will defend, as I have told many of you online in the text messages that you've responded to, I will defend your right to freedom of speech. That is exactly what this new administration wants to do. You have the right to speak your mind, say your thoughts, share your photographs, do whatever it takes in order to be the kind of person that you want to be. And say it, how you see it, and how it's been influencing your life. And, you know, I don't have to agree with you, and you don't have to agree with me. But the bottom line is that we got a mess here, in my opinion. And I've invited anyone who has the guts to come on the show to come on and talk and speak their mind, as long as they don't curse and threaten or anything like that. They just want to speak their mind and say what they think should be done and what they think, you know, how they feel about what happened and how the election went and where we're going in the future, and should we be defensive or should we be offensive? offensive, but in a good way, not in a bad way. I mean, I don't think anybody should get shot at. I don't think anybody should get physically hurt. I don't think people should rip down signs or hats off of people's heads or do anything stupid at all. I think that we need to talk about it so we can learn from one another. It is apparent and obvious that the entire nation has spoken by putting in Trump as president of the United States with J.D. Vance as vice president, and that the Senate has gone majority to the Republicans, and it's most likely the Republicans will be the majority in the House. And there will be a flow of energy that apparently Democratic governors are threatened by because they want to maintain their position and stuff. But you know what? We're going to make this country great. As whatever we have to do to make it great so that we can all afford to live in it, that the economy is making sense and doing what it needs to do. What you see on behind me is Fox News, and that's the Laura Ingraham show. And you see, it's no laughing matter. Late night shows go into morning after Trump victory. I mean, that's what's going on. And Laura Ingram's showing that right now live on Fox News at it's 7:55 p.m. Eastern Time on the 8th of November. 2024, and we're going to go into 2025, and we are going to support. I encourage you, as a Democrat, as a Libertarian, as a liberal, as a Republican, I encourage us all people, no matter who you are, sex, creed, race, ethnicity, whatever you are, you support the president who has claimed, and he is going to do, I believe, wholeheartedly, so help me God, he's going to make our economy better, he's going to bring us world peace, he's going to make it so we can afford to live, we can start making money and putting it into our bank accounts, that we're not going to be taxed at the wazoo. He's going to help people going to college eventually as soon as he can get it all together. There are so many things for him to do, and he's still just president-elect right now, and I'm sure he's working on it and negotiating in any way, shape, or form, since he will be president of the United States. And as long as Nancy Pelosi and the other Democrats and the other Democratic cities and states around the country don't interfere with Donald Trump, the Senate, and the Republicans in the House of Representatives to make this country a better country, which I encourage you to call in, write in to not only my show at charles.nolan1@gmail.com, which I encourage you to do, and even ask to be on this program, and I will do a split screen with you, and you'll be able to speak your mind from your phone or your computer. We want you to. We want you to be able to speak your mind. We're about freedom of speech. So, I can send pictures to people, like Nancy Pelosi being sad, and that bothers me. And I'm sad that she's sad, but, the woman has been part of the destruction of Donald Trump to any length. Now, am I reporting a misinformation, false news? I don't think so. I mean, think about it. If you were there for the State of the Union address that Donald Trump was given when he was president last time, she was in the background doing a federal offense, ripping the speech in half. And she didn't go to jail. Hillary Clinton didn't go to jail for her crimes. He didn't see it right to prosecute the wife of a former president and or the Secretary of State. But these people, no matter what, Hillary Clinton, Obama, George Clooney, Cher, Barbara Streisand, all these actresses that went to represent the, Kamala Harris to vote Kamala, this is why. I mean, you saw J-Lo practically bawling her eyes out, in sadness, we've got to do this, we've got to come through, please, you got to do this, you understand, we got to do it. It didn't go through, it didn't come across the way it was supposed to, it's disingenuous in its own way. However, I support her opinion, her thoughts, and I will defend it with the Constitution of the United States, which is a democracy. And that's how we do things. That's how we roll. You're rolling with Nolan on the road to recovery. But Kamala Harris's book, that it was written by Jason Dudash, is an incredible book. I mean, I want to, if you just bear with me for a second. The book is incredible. Here it is. This is the book. Kamala Harris, The Achievements of Kamala Harris by Jason Dudash. And then you got the back just like I showed you in the beginning of this program. But if the thing about this book, and the reason you want to get it, is because you and I know what the achievements of Kamala Harris were. She did so much, it's unreal. And this book documents, look at all these pages. Look at all those pages. Just tons and tons of pages for Kamala Harris. But if you really look deep into this book and you see what it is it's filled with, you'll learn that it's got a few, little pages like that, and then it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Her accomplishments are just too numerous to mention here, so they go on and they mention them over and over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, there's so many words in this book, it's baffling. You don't even know how to handle it. It's the greatest paperwork I ever bought. The greatest paperweight I ever bought. Jason Dudash, you can get it on Amazon for sure. God only knows where else you can get it, but it is a bestseller. And I hope that you'll get it for fun, hoops and giggles, because that's why I got it. I mean, she does take a nice picture, right? You see? She takes a nice picture there. Kamala Harris. And if I had her on the show, I would invite her, with hopefully I won't get too much feedback here. I'm trying to turn on my speaker so I can hear some of the sound that I'm sending out there to you. And it's just, to me, this is an amazing book. It's just, she claims she's done so much, but Jason Dudash has found absolutely nothing. That he can't find anything that she's actually accomplished and finished. So, I mean, if that's truly the case, and we have her accomplishing nothing, then what better book to put together than a book that absolutely contains zero on the pages? I mean, I can't believe I bought this book, but guess what? It's a great paperweight, and I hope that you'll run out to the bookstores and get it and enjoy it yourself because it's unbelievable. We're here at Top Hat Productions, and we only want the best for you. And that's just how we roll. Yeah! Come on, everybody! We got to get out here and do something about this wonderful wide world. I just think Kamala Harris should be a guest on my show, and if she was on the show, first thing I would do is run this sound. Yeah, baby, yeah. But you know what? I'd also run on the same show. I'd say, Kamala, is it true? And she'd go, what?
Confess, admit it, you are the one who did.
Yeah, I think she is the one who did it. So we got to deal with that. And that's just pretty much what's going on right now. Live on Fox News is Jesse Duplantis. Jesse Duplantis. No, that's a preacher I love and cherish who's a Christian. No, it's actually Jesse Waters. The Trump effect is real, he's saying now. The MAGA effect. Look, if you get a chance, watch Fox News. I do all the time. But it doesn't mean that I don't watch CNN, MSDNC, MSBNC, MSNBC. Kathy is being very dramatic. Okay, there she goes again. This is the woman that did a wicked thing with the cutting off of Donald Trump's head as a comedic act. You haven't seen it. I haven't played it. But it was done in a gruesome kind of manner, and she thought it was hilarious. She looks different than she has when she was back then. I don't know. She's got her hair all blown out now. But anyway, folks, I hope that you're going to have a great night. I hope you run out, buy that book, and add it to your paperweight collection, and give Jason Dudash a thank you very much for printing that book, because I had no idea she did so much. And that would let Jason, put some money in his pocket and thank him for the giving us the achievements of Kamala Harris. We need to know what they are, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make those things work out in our behalf, because we want to help each other, brothers and sisters all over the place. Hey, look, I just want to pray that you get saved in Jesus' name, and that you do whatever it takes to bring yourself closer to the Lord God, Jesus, and know that I care about your opinion, and I believe in the freedom of your opinion, whether I like it or not. I don't expect you to always like what I have to say, and I don't expect you to think that I have to like whatever you say. But whether I agree with it or not, I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to take away the opportunity to speak your mind and say it how you see it. The only way we're ever going to progress and get educated about what's going on in our planet and our country and our politics is by talking about it. Even if we just send photos and get a reaction from that and then get into a dialogue about it. We just can't be cursing each other out like crazy people and hurting each other and shooting at each other in any way, shape, or form. None of that is permitted by anybody. Democrats, Republicans, anybody. Nobody wants all that dangerous stuff. But we do want to be able to grow. And I may not be able to understand your point of view, but I'm willing to try. I'm willing to listen and open up my show to communicate and let you speak your mind, me speak my mind, and us go back and forth in a dialogue. Maybe we can figure something out, come into a compromise or an agreement, or we're all going to be like,
boom, that's it. What I believe is what I believe, and that's the end of it.
That doesn't grow. That doesn't help anybody. That doesn't help Kamala Harris. That doesn't help Joe Biden. It doesn't help the Democratic Party. It doesn't help the Republicans, President Trump, J.D. Vance. It doesn't help anybody to be so stubborn. Yes, it helps to have your opinion and you to come armed intellectually with why you believe what you believe, and to be able to talk to us, to be able to speak your mind and say why you believe what you believe and why others should be joining you in this direction. But it also helps us to both listen to one another so we can find out why I believe what I believe and why you believe what you believe by talking about it. Not just sticking your fist down on the table and going, it's my way or the highway. I don't want to hear anything but what I think. That's wrong. That's just wrong. That's what the big tech does. They curtail us. They cut off our freedom of speech. They pull our programs and stop us from broadcasting on the programs because they don't want to hear what we have to say if it's hitting the nerves of society and getting, under our skins and making us think other things other than what they want us to think, and go in the people that want us to go in one direction only want us to go in one direction. And that's why mass media by President Trump is called the lion media, because they have so much control, because they have so many outlets to tell you the one thing they want to be in agreement about, that they think that if they keep doing it together in a joint fashion and just forsake journalism and the unbiased actual facts that they were supposed to be reporting, and they just help the candidate of their choice unanimously, all together, CNN, MSNBC, all that BS, and NBC, CBS, ABC, all these great networks. And they're great networks. They have a lot of talent, a lot of skills, and a lot of capability, but they aren't being fair. They're circumventing the truth. They're circumventing it and controlling it to be what they want you to see it as. And, you could say that about me. I'm going to try and make you see it how I want you to see it. But that's not what I'm doing here. I'm open-minded to your point of view, and I will have you on regardless of who you are. And you can speak your mind and say what you want and get it out to the whole wide world if they will let me. Because God only knows. I've been told, we've cut you out of France and England and Sydney, Australia, and the U.S. Worldwide. You've been cut off. I've had everything happen to me because I'm touching the nerves and interests of certain people, but they don't even let me see how many people I'm actually getting to, because I have my broadcast on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Reddit, Mix, blog. It's just a whole bunch of, and on and on and on. I have a business card I'd love to give you if I ever meet you out in public, and I will give you the business card, and it'll show you the networks that I currently advertise. Well, it's not advertise. I put my news program on, my spiritual news program, because I love God first and foremost. And for all of us, one truth holds true, no matter what. God is the one who is our true leader. There is no other. Trump, Kamala, whoever it was going to be, it would have been run And the permission would have had to have been granted by God himself for it to work out and for it to go. So, I tell you this now. It doesn't matter what we want, because God laughs at the plans of man. And it's only because he's not rude. It's just that, he kind of thinks, well, Jesus, you think you're going to control the whole wide world, and I built this whole universe. And I know what's going to happen, and I'm the one who gives permission from the dark one downstairs to do what he can do, to you giving permission to you to do what you can do. He opens doors that can't be closed, and he closes doors that can't be opened. God can do that. God doesn't have a limitation of time. He doesn't do things and think things the way we do while we're alive as human beings. We have the limitation of time and our understanding of what we are in at the moment. Regardless if they ever figure out how to travel in time, they will still move in what God's plan was, and that is the time they are in, if God allows it to happen, time travel. Which, in effect, is too scary to even imagine, because if we could time travel and go back and change things, the people in power might try to do that with all the money they got and make things happen that shouldn't have happened or could have happened, or was it God's will for it to happen? I'm not even sure anymore, because it's really that crazy, folks. It's that crazy, and I hope that you will find it in your heart, mind, body, and soul to understand what I'm trying to say, so I can be a helping hand to our society. Because that's really, really what we need to do. But in the meantime, I'm going to conclude the show with I want you to go out and buy that book, because that book is the book that needs to be seen by everybody. You really got to go out and get it.